I start taking detailed notes, my pen moving rapidly across the pages of my notepad. The figure's hands tremble as they hand over a small, worn-out USB drive. This contains files you won't find anywhere else. Internal documents, emails, recordings, the kind of stuff that can bring down Helix, they whispered, eyes flickering nervously. They're watching us, this place especially. The weight of their paranoia sank into me like a lead weight. Despite my racing thoughts, I pushed down the sense of impending danger and nodded. "Why are you doing this?" I asked, genuinely curious. The figure hesitated before answering, their voice barely more than a murmur. "Let's just say I'm paying for my sins. Helix is involved in things that go beyond just shady financials, things that could ruin countless lives. It has to stop." I nodded again, feeling the urgency in their words seep into my consciousness. I slipped the USB drive into a hidden pocket in my bag and looked around the empty parking garage. Anything else I should know right now? Anything that's not in those files? The figure's eyes met mine, filled with an intensity that made my skin crawl. "Trust no one. Helix has eyes and ears everywhere. You've already started down this path, but just be careful. They don't play fair, and they wouldn't hesitate to eliminate any threat." Before I could ask any more questions, the figure melted back into the shadows, leaving me alone with a head full of unanswered questions and a sense of foreboding that I couldn't shake. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my nerves. The drive back to the office felt even shorter, my mind racing with the possibilities of what I'd just been handed. As I pulled into the parking lot, I felt the full weight of the task ahead settle on my shoulders. I had to make sure this investigation was airtight. There was no room for mistakes. Maria's words echoed in my head, "Bring me something solid." I knew I had just gotten my hands on it, but this was just the beginning. Inside the office, the usual hum of activity muted into a low buzz, like static in the background of a suspenseful film. I glanced around, eyes darting to familiar faces, searching for any hint of betrayal or hidden allegiance to Helix. Everyone looked innocuous enough, but my informant's warning reverberated through me. Trust no one. I made a beeline for my cubicle, the USB drive now a burning secret in my pocket. Once seated, I plugged it into my securely isolated laptop, ensuring no network connections could track or trace my activities. As files began to populate on the screen, my heart pounded. The sheer volume was astounding. Thousands of emails, financial records, and insidious memos detailing activities that could topple nations, not just companies. With each click, the breadth of Helix's corruption unfurled. Human rights abuses, blackmail, environmental catastrophes, all meticulously documented. My initial thrill of this journalistic goldmine began to dilute with the grim reality of the task ahead. "Breathe," I reminded myself. I started annotating and cataloging the materials, piecing together a manuscript that would not only bring Helix down, but ensure resilience against their inevitable attempts to discredit or destroy my work. Even here, in the labyrinth of keystrokes and eye strain, the specter of their power loomed. But with each revelation, my resolve hardened. This wasn't just a career-defining story. It was a moral imperative. "Maria," I thought, "you'll have your solid proof." Turning my focus back to the screen, one phrase from a revealed email echoed ominously in my head. Any threat to Helix must be neutralized permanently. I was now not just a journalist, but a target. Time to proceed with both courage and caution.